So rumor has it that Microsoft may be remastering Halo CE. Again. I'm going to be taking this news with a big grain of salt since it's not a confirmed thing at this point, but just whispers as of right now. I have just one question. Why? Are AAA game devs so creatively bankrupt that they refuse to think of anything new and exciting? Oh, yeah. Right. One of the major talking points for re-releasing the first Halo game yet again is that it may be coming to PlayStation. This I have no problem with whatsoever. I've always been an advocate of doing away with platform exclusivity and a huge proponent of cross-platform gaming. But I think there might be a much better solution for everybody involved. Why not just port the MCC, Halo 5, and Halo Infinite over to the PlayStation and have them be cross-platform? This way, PlayStation owners can enjoy all the classic Bungie games in full and be able to play with Xbox and PC players. The Sony consoles have always been a huge untapped market for Microsoft exclusive titles, and saying that purely as a business move,
it's free real estate.
Microsoft, if you're listening, re-releasing the MCC on PlayStation is literally the equivalent of printing money. Now of course, if this remake of Halo CE is actually happening, it will be dropping on Xbox and PC all the same. But how does splintering the community even further help the populations of the current games? If the remake had its own dedicated multiplayer, that would just take players away from the MCC and Infinite, which already has low player counts. But with all that said, more people getting to enjoy Halo is always a good thing. If this remake is real, they could include story elements from the books that weren't touched upon in the games by adding extra missions throughout the story's runtime, while still keeping the original campaign intact. Now, there are a couple reasons I'd like to see a remake, and I say this begrudgingly. I would like to see Microsoft bring back Blur to remake the cutscenes. Halo 2 Anniversary and Halo Wars 2 have amazing cinematics, and I'd love to see them for all the Halo games. The remaster that was done to Combat Evolved in 2011 wasn't as well received as Microsoft would have hoped, due to many of the areas of the campaign looking much different than the original. I don't mean to take anything away from the talented devs that made the remaster function. After all, they made two games run simultaneously to render both sets of graphics in real time on the Xbox 360's aging hardware. That in itself is an amazing engineering feat that should not be diminished. However, the gripe comes from some of the design choices made for the updated graphics. As many of you already know, many of the areas in CE that were meant to be dark and creepy were inappropriately illuminated in the remastered graphics, most infamously the 6th level, 343 Guilty Spark. This level is meant to slowly reveal the Flood and convey a foreboding atmosphere, and adding bright lighting to the level takes away from their eventual introduction. I played the campaign in classic graphics, and I think they look better anyways, but I digress. Add to the fact that the new graphics were essentially just painted over the original geometry, you get some wonky happenings at times. Some players were disappointed by the add-on to Reach multiplayer that we got instead of a dedicated remaster of the original multiplayer. But I like Reach CE Anniversary multiplayer all the same. It's one of my favorite Halo multiplayer modes. The remake of all the classic maps were also very well done. In conclusion, I don't think we need another remake of a game that's already been remastered 13 years ago. I, for one, am sick to death of remakes and would just like to see a new Halo game and Halo move forward. Halo coming to PlayStation is a good talking point that's come from this recent announcement, and I personally believe porting the existing titles over to PlayStation would be a better use of Microsoft's time and resources. In the same breath, it would be nice to have Halo 5 ported to PC and made cross-platform, but that's a topic for another day. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. What are your thoughts on what I said in this video? Do you agree or disagree? Let's start a discussion. Leave a comment with your thoughts down below. I always love to read what you guys have to say. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.